I am live. I'm always excited when I watch the timer go down because it just makes me super because I know I'm live. So it's October and we're about to go into fall. And I have a message for you today. And that message is breathe. Just breathe. Because you're going to get inundated with a hurry up spirit that the year's ending and all the things you were supposed to do, you didn't do them, and you have like 20 minutes to get your whole life together and all the things. And I'm saying reject that. And instead, they say that the eye of the storm, the eye of the tornado is the most peaceful part of the tornado. So while everything is spinning around, in the center of it is peace. For the rest of the year, I encourage you to be at peace, not out of denial, but that you use that to defend yourself, your peace. You're choosing to stay in peace. Let peace be your umpire. Let peace be your comfort. Let peace be your guide. Let peace be your anchor, despite everything else that you see that's going on around. I promise you it will serve you well, especially for the times that we're in right now. So it's about to be sweater weather. Sweater weather. For those of us in New York, sweater weather. So I could feel outside my window now that the air is changing. I'm usually in a tank top like I am right now, but I know that the time is coming where I'm going to be having to wear a sweater. And maybe even a scarf or a blanket, since I require it to be 75 degrees at all times. Because I'm watching the trees outside change right now. They're still really green, but I can see the tips turning brown. So I know that fall is coming. And for some leaves, fall is here. And in a few weeks, the leaves are going to start to fall. So I find like that's a double meaning, right? When we think of falling, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to fall down. But a friend sent me a really great prayer this morning that I want to share. Two of the things that I got out of it. One was every season has a message. And we're leaving summer and going into fall. So we're in the third season of the year. And this was the part that got me. The trees let go of their leaves, but they are not barren. They are preparing for renewal. Right? Let that sink in. The trees let go of their leaves, but they are not barren. They are preparing for renewal. This is mindset, right? You could either walk down the street and look at all these trees and say, oh my gosh, the leaves are falling and they're dying. Or you can say that the tree is shedding because this season is ended. And in preparation for spring, the tree is shedding all of these leaves. It's going to take a good winter nap. And then we're going to see the little buds coming out. And then they'll be full again of beautiful green leaves. You could think about that as it relates to your life and how all of nature reminds us in our bodies that we're part of this whole thing, right? We shed skin, we shed dead skin cells. Studies actually show that every 7 days, your cells are renewing. So even us ourselves, the leaves are falling off, preparing for new skin, right? So I encourage you to look at this as a time of renewal, not of what is so much falling down that has to fall down so that you can pick up another mindset, right? And choosing that to ask, what is this season telling me? What is this fall season going to be about for me? And what money mindset, health mindset, spiritual mindset, physical mindset am I going to let fall off like these leaves? And then which ones am I going to pick up and follow those in this season so that I end the year strong? This is how we design our lives. This is how we're different by December. And like the rest of the world is going to be operating in lack at the end of the year and trying to get their whole acts together in 20 minutes and expecting some miracle to happen on December 31st as it becomes the first. And somehow all the weight's going to fall off, all the forgiveness is going to happen, all of the bills are going to get paid, and all of these things are going to happen. Or we start now and we create a plan that helps us transition into the new year. I encourage you to think about transitioning instead of stressing yourself out. This is the part of the year where we decide if we're going to operate in desperation and in lack and in fear, or we're going to operate in determination, in abundance, and in confidence. I'm choosing to do determination, abundance, and confidence. Because if these trees had all of these leaves on them, every year of my life, the same thing has happened, I'm rest assured that in spring, these leaves are coming back. So I'm not going to spend the next 3 months, 6 months wondering if the leaves are coming back. I'm going to get to work today so that when the flowers bloom in the spring, so will I. Because I wasn't waiting. I was preparing for renewal. So that's my suggestion to you today, is to prepare for renewal. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. I want to share with you mini training that will help you as we enter these next 3 months. Fall into renewal. Reset your money mindset before the holidays. These things are going to happen regardless. So if the system's not going to change, then you change because you can. So welcome to today's session. I'm so glad that you're here. And as the leaves change and we enter into the season, it's the perfect time to take a fresh look at our finances and our money mindset. So in the next 20 minutes, we're going to talk about practical strategies to get your finances in order before the holiday season so you can enter the new year empowered, confident, and financially prepared. So how do we do this? We become financially literate. The truth of the matter is most of us are financially illiterate, not because of our own making, but because our parents were financially illiterate, as were their parents and as were their parents before them. And what we often do is we just hand down what we know and we hope the next generation is going to be better. And it is. But with intentionality, we can make decisions that are specific, like reading books on finances, reading books on financial literacy, having our children at the table when we talk about how do the bills get paid so they understand the value of money early. And they don't think Santa Claus or something out the sky or magic makes it possible for them to enjoy the life that they're living, right? We can help our children to have knowledge while they still remain dreamers, while they still think in abundance, and while they are in awe of everything. We can still do that. For myself, my parents didn't know how to do that. So I often got, do you think money grows on trees? You got McDonald's money? That's how I learned about money, as opposed to, hey, we work and we provide you with this roof over your head and the food that you're eating. And so money plays a value and a role in society. So, hey, we're going to give you $1 every week and we're going to show you how to create more of it right? As you make it, to save it, to invest it, to give it to those who may need some help, and then to spend it, right? And so imagine if in that dollar, 25 cents I saved, 25 cents I invested, 25 cents I donated, and then 25 cents I got to spend on myself. I would be in a totally different place right now in my life if that had happened. But guess what? I am still in a totally different place in my life because I have become financially literate. I took it upon myself for what my parents in school and college and everywhere, my job did not teach me about money. I went to go do it myself. I chose to be intentional. I chose to make it personal, right? So financial literacy isn't just about numbers, it's about freedom. When you understand money principles, you make informed decisions that align with your values and goals. This knowledge helps you avoid the stress of overwhelming debt, missed opportunities, and financial uncertainty. And for myself as a believer, whether you are Muslim, Jewish, Christian, agnostic, or I'm missing one, my friends would be very mad about me right now, or at me rather, not about me, or atheists. My friends were atheists. Okay. Nobody's on the bus for ignorance about money. No faith and no faith. Everyone agrees that knowing how to manage your money is important, being a good steward of the resources you have, starting with your spirit, your soul, and your body. And then this is the same body you use to get a job, make money, pay bills, do all the things. You want to be a holistically generous human being, right? So you're not just making money, but you also understand the value of it. And you also are a good steward by how you distribute it. So wise financial management opens doors to generosity, security, and the ability to provide for ourselves, our family, while supporting causes that are close to our hearts. So Proverbs 21:20 says, the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. So right now it is the fall, right? So the geese know what's going on. They're flying south for the winter because they want to be warm. They don't want to stay here and freeze because they know that their bodies are not built for this weather, right? So they're out. The bears are like, bye. I'm going to go ahead and eat a lot of food for the next couple of months, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Why am I preparing for that? Because while I'm asleep, which apparently is a couple of months, my body will still be getting nourished because I put on the weight and the girth that I need, that I can sleep well while my body absorbs the nutrients that it needs. So that come spring, ugh, lost the weight, looking cute and sexy and ready to be out here. Okay. We should do the same thing. We should right now be making our budgets, storing up what we need to store up so that we can prepare for the winter. And we do that by making good financial decisions, right? So your season of financial renewal can be right now, the fall. So just as the trees are releasing their old leaves and making room for new growth, fall invites us to shed outdated money habits that no longer serve us. This season of natural transition offers the perfect opportunity for personal transformation. So I offer you these 3 thoughts. Number 1, reflect on this year. What financial decisions brought you peace? Which ones caused you stress? Honest reflection helps identify patterns worth keeping and habits ready for release. Because that's what we all want. Not the tightness in our chest, in our neck, our back, our shoulders. We want release. We want abundance. We want openness. So we release what's not working. Maybe it's impulse buying, avoiding your budget, or comparison shopping. We talk about this in the 4 keys to master your money without a budget you hate. These are all things we address and we deal with so that we can change our money mindset and our relationship with money. So like the falling leaves, let these habits go with the gratitude from the lessons that you're learning. And we prepare for holiday success. I saw this the other day. It was a commercial talking about, are you prepared for the holiday season? And it was buy this, go get this, sales on this. And I was like, who is this benefiting? Isn't that preparing me for the holiday season? It's preparing for the stores. It's them preparing for people to spend money, right? And I'm not against that. And we're going to talk about ways that you can save. We just want to be intentional. So use this season to build new systems and mindsets that will carry you confidently through the holidays and into the new year. As we think about that, let's talk about how we're going to do that. So I'm going to look at all my slides too, so I can see where I am. Right? So money mindset, traps that hold us back. Right? Look at that. Oh, wait a minute. Am I in the right place? Yep. Sorry. There we go. So recognizing these common mental patterns is the first step towards financial freedom and financial liberation. Most of us fall into these traps without realizing how they sabotage our intentions. Let's look at them. Scarcity thinking, right? This is often how most of us grew up. Like I said, does money grow on trees? Do you have McDonald's money? Do you have Wendy's money? Where do you think I'm going to get the money for that? No, you can't have that. No, you can't have this. No, you can't have that. We don't have money for that. You think I'm rich? This is the scarcity thinking, right? There's never enough. It creates anxiety and hoarding behaviors. My mom literally used to have like 17 cans of Lysol. I thought that was normal till I learned that it wasn't. And then I learned when other people I met had like 17 cans of Lysol, 40 rolls of toilet paper. And I was like, okay, I could tell where their lives were, right? And how they got to this point. But this mindset, it blocks creative solutions, generous giving, keeping you trapped in fear-based decisions. And it causes a lot of stress. And of course, we know that stress works itself out through dis-ease and disease. So please consider your body. It can only hold so much before it starts acting out. So whatever you can do to decrease your stress, do it. There's one. Emotional spending. I deserve this, we often say, when we know we can't afford this, but we deserve this. This often follows stress, celebration, or comparison. It's like people who eat when they're stressed out, right? There are people who spend. While treating yourself isn't wrong, emotional purchases rarely address the underlying need. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and add no sorrow. So you should have no aftertaste. You should not feel any type of way because you're purchasing this. The reason you're purchasing it is because you afford it, you can afford it, and you like it. So we're done. Avoidance patterns. Ignoring bills, skipping budget reviews, or avoiding financial conversations keeps you powerless. What you don't face continues to control you. We think that avoiding it and not talking about it is an actual solution, but it's not. It'll just continue to make you more of a slave to the thing. Facing it is difficult, but I am telling you, it is the best thing to do. It might hurt for a minute. I'm not going to lie, right? But I can tell you, one of my clients the other day was like, listen, I went through all my envelopes and I opened them up. And some of them were months, years old. Months, years. I just came up with that. Months, years old. But now that I've taken them all out of the envelopes and put them on the budget and on the debt-free chart, I know exactly where I stand, and that has brought me so much peace. That made me so happy because I knew how stressed out she was before. I had a friend say to me once, who became a client, she said, I don't want to open the envelopes because I know it'll cause me to suffer. I'm going to suffer. And in that moment, I got a divine download. And God was like, tell her. And I turned around to her and I said, you're already suffering. This that you're in right now, this avoidance, this stress, this insomnia, not being able to sleep and living in fear of whether or not your bills are paid, all of that is suffering. So if we're going to be able to choose our suffering of this Band-Aid festering on here, coming off one hair at a time, or rip off the Band-Aid. Choose rip off the Band-Aid, because the sooner you do that, the sooner healing can begin. And to hear this client say she finally opened up those envelopes, that is the beginning of healing. Then there's the comparison trap, right? So trying to keep up with others' spending often leads to debt and resentment. Everyone's financial seasons and priorities are different. Stay focused on your own journey. That's the whole keeping up with the Joneses, right? So your neighbor bought a new purse, a new car. They redid their kitchen. That is none of your business. Your business is your house and your dreams and your goals and your pace of how you're getting to where you want to go. Focus on that. Not to the left or the right or up and down. Forward. That's one of the things I'm proud of about the Focused Fire community. We are not here for competition. We are here for community, to help each other, because everyone is in a different place, but everyone feels like they're together when they're able to ask for help, get accountability, and we celebrate every victory. The size of the victory is irrelevant. The victory is the only thing that's important. So, your mindset shapes your financial reality. The connection between thoughts and behaviors and results is undeniable in every area of our life. If I tell you I'm going to go to the gym for 30 days, you expect that I'm going to look different, feel different. But if I tell you and I don't go, you know I'm going to look the same. Same thing with your money. Your beliefs about finances become the lens through which you make every single spending, saving, and earning decision. Negative mindsets create cycles of stress, fear, and reactive spending. But positive, faith-based thinking leads to proactive planning, confident decisions, and sustainable wealth building. Because that's what we all want. And if we add those up, it equals peace. So, for example, here's some thoughts. I can't manage money versus I'm learning to steward well. Even when I say that out loud to you right now as an example, just saying I can't just took me down here. And then I am learning brought me back up. It made me excited. It made me hopeful. Those are just some of the feelings I have just by saying that. So this is real time, y'all, that you can use these things. Behavior avoidance and impulse versus planning and having intentionality. You feel so much better when you are in control of your circumstances. You can't control everything, but you can control you. And that's the only thing you're required to control, because it'll impact everything. Results, stress, and debt versus peace and provision. Fear cannot be the fuel for how you do anything. And how you do anything is how you do everything. So if fear is your main fuel, you're going to be afraid about everything all the time, which is going to lead to stress, which is going to lead to dis-ease, which is going to lead to disease. There's an old proverb that goes, those who don't make time to be well are making time to be sick. So if you're not inviting in prosperity and peace and being intentional, you're literally opening the door for all the other things. So here's an action tip for you. Write down one negative money thought that you're ready to release this fall. Not January 1st, today. Sometimes naming it is the first step to changing it. That's how you're going to be different by December. That's how you're going to get to design your life. Start today. So let me make it simple for you. And I choose my words carefully because I did not say easy, because anybody who's telling you this is easy is not telling you the truth. But I'm here to tell you the truth. What's easy isn't always better, and what's better isn't always easy. Choose better. It may be more difficult, but in the end, the results you get will how do I say, match the effort that you put in. So transformation begins with intentional thought renewal. This practical process helps you to shift from limiting beliefs to empowering truths that align with both wisdom and faith. So, identifying the limiting belief. What negative story do you tell yourself about money? For example, I'm terrible with budgets. I'm not good with money. Good people don't focus on money. I'll never have enough. These are all lies. They're not true. And if you're saying them to yourself, my question to you is, how has that served you in your life? Has that given you peace? Has that given you abundance? I dare say it has not. So the challenge is to challenge those thoughts and reframe them. Ask, is this actually true? And if it's not, then it's a lie. And we must replace it with truth. I can learn to manage money well. Stewardship honors God. God provides for my needs. There's something to be said when everything is not on you. Think about this. If I had to get up this morning and remember how many times to blink, how many times to inhale and exhale, I probably wouldn't have made it till 9 a.m. I probably would have passed out. My eyeballs would have definitely dried up because I would have forgotten to blink, right? And then the breathing would have been like, because I forgot to do that too, just because of distractions. So just on physiology alone, and my heart is beating in my chest right now, blood's running through my veins. Yeah, thank you, God. Because if that was left up to me, yeah, I don't know that I remember to do half of those things. So it would be a difficult day every day. So I do believe that God provides all my needs. And I do believe that how I manage my body, my finances, my mind, and my spirit, all of that, A, honors God, and B, makes me a better human to participate in humanity. So I encourage you. Number 3, create it. Create positive affirmations. I am empowered, disciplined, and capable with my finances. What you tell your crew, and that is your subconscious, is exactly the reality that they will create for you. If you tell them negative things, they will create a negative environment. If you tell them positive things, they will create a positive environment. Speak truth to yourself and over yourself daily. If you are married or if you have kids, speak truth to yourself, then speak it over them and speak it in your home. Have it on your walls, because going outside your home can challenge all that. When you come home, your home should hug you with hope, right? So speak it daily, especially when old patterns try to resurface. And 4, take aligned action. Let your new mindset drive small, consistent actions. Each wise choice reinforces your new identity as a faithful steward. The old saying is that, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So the goal is not to try to stuff this ginormous elephant into your mouth. You're going to break your jaw, first of all. And also, I feel reasonably confident in saying this, you're going to fail. My mouth is not big enough to put a whole elephant in it. So why would I even think that that was a plausible plan? I don't know. Denial, confusion. I'm deceived. I'm delusional. Those are the only ways. But the moment you tell me we're not doing this, but we're doing this, my whole body changes. I'm like, okay, I can take a bite. Maybe 2, maybe 3. It changes how you think, and it changes the actions you use your thinking to do. So let's have a come to Jesus conversation, as my brother would say. Again, I want to set you up for holiday success. So how do we do that? We talk about holiday spending now. We plan now, or we regret later. Because what usually happens, we use our heart and we go buy all these gifts. We had no budget because we wanted to please people, because we wanted them to validate us. We don't want anyone to think that we don't have any money. So we're going to buy the most expensive thing, often for people who don't even care about us, or we're trying to impress. None of these motives are good motives, as opposed to, here's my budget. So let's talk about that. January's credit card statement will tell the real story of your holiday spending. Without intentional planning, the season of giving can become a season of financial stress that lingers for months. The holidays don't have to derail your financial progress. With thoughtful preparation, starting now, you can celebrate meaningfully, while staying true to your values and your budget. Trust me, if you follow what I'm sharing with you right now, you're going to see a difference in you. But when you go to these stores and you see these people running around like chickens with their head cut off, you're like, oh, that used to be me. But I'm aligned with peace. I have a budget. I have a plan. I'm intentional. And I have an accountability partner that I'm going to call after I leave this store and tell them I bought exactly what I was going to buy. I did not hang out. I came, I did what I need to do, and I left. So let's talk about it. 3 steps. Identify your top 3 spending categories: gifts, travel, entertainment, decorations, or special meals, whatever your top 3 are. Then know where your money typically goes during the holidays, right? Like for me, example, it's traveling because I'm in New York, but I have family in Ohio, in Atlanta, in Maryland. So we sit and we plan for how much that's going to cost to go. And also that we might want to take some family and friends out to dinner, or we might buy some gifts for the kids. And I come from a family of like 10,000 people. I do. So to honestly think that I'm going to buy every single person a gift, not going to happen. And I say that because I have tried in the past. And my January statement did reflect that. Here's what I can tell you that has helped us as a family, right? Everybody spends Christmas Day with their immediate family. And then we buy gifts for immediate family. And then what we do is the cousins all get together for the day after Christmas and we bring dessert, right? And we realize that the one gift we couldn't have bought was being together. And that's what we give each other, being together. All the kids get to see each other. We get to see each other because during the year that's difficult. But that one day, we're usually together all day. And the kids love it. We love it. We get to catch up. So I encourage you to think of alternate things that don't cost. That really, what is the gift of the holidays? It's being together. How do you do that without spending a lot of money? Number 2, set realistic spending limits based on the limits of your actual income, not your wishful thinking. It's better to spend less and feel peaceful than to overspend and feel stress and anxiety, right? That's why I'm sharing with you that it is the thought that counts. That's an actual true thing. It is the value of what you're giving, not the cost of it, right? Number 3, create holiday-specific savings. Even saving $20 or $50 per week from now until December will create meaningful holiday margins without touching regular expenses. You can also choose to put that money away. So let's say you save $2,000 between now and December 1st, or you save $500. It doesn't matter the amount. You choose your goal, but then use that one credit card that has that limit and go out and use that. And once it's done, it's done. So now you know you've made your list of what you're going to get for folks. When you go and spend that, you're good because you know you're going to take the funds you spent and pay off the credit card. And notice how it does not impact your overhead. It does not impact what you have to pay every month for your food, your phone, your utilities, your car insurance, whatever. Like you don't want to get to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't pay my light bill because I spent all my money at Macy's. Like, all right, we're grown, okay? We're not doing that anymore or ever. So remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's intentionality. Motion without direction leads to overspending, but purpose-driven planning creates a holiday filled with joy without financial regret. I don't want you to have regret for Christmas. That's a gift nobody wants under their tree. Right? So, smart holiday money saving strategies. Luke 14:28 says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. wouldn't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Exactly. Biblical wisdom encourages us to count the cost before we begin. Again, before we begin, not going to the store with our hearts and our hopes and our dreams and our fears and our judgment and condemnation. Yeah, that's like going to the grocery store when you're hungry. Don't do that. These practical strategies help stretch your holiday dollars while maintaining the spirit of the season. Shop early and compare. Start your gift list now and watch for sales. Price comparisons, apps, and websites will help you for the best deals, right? This will reduce the stress of, what we do here every year, we being them, not me, is we fighting people on the 24th to get that last minute gift. The system is set up to stress you out to do that. Don't fall for this. DIY gifts and experiences. Homemade things, again, the thought that counts. Photo albums or planned experiences often mean more than expensive gifts. Remember that it is not what you gave them that is important, but how it made them feel, because that's what they're going to remember in January, February, March, April, May of next year. Use the tried and true cash. Physical cash makes spending real and immediate. When the envelope is empty, you're done. There is no credit card surprises in January because you used cash. Also, you can give it. Then people can get the thing that they want, right? So it's not, socks. I'm sorry, B. I got socks. Okay, because I have 7,000 in my truck. Right? Give the person cash, give them a gift card, and then they will think of you when they get the very thing that they wanted. Track every holiday expense. Write down every holiday purchase, no matter how small. Awareness prevents the, wait, where did all this money go? Feeling that usually happens after the holidays. And you don't want that. Build daily financial literacy habits. Financial wisdom isn't built on dramatic moments. It's cultivated through consistent, small daily choices. Just 15 minutes a day dedicated to learning can transform your financial future over time. It took us decades to get here and decades of the same mindset to get here. Please don't think that you're just going to change your mind about money overnight. Be confident in your spending, know how to do a budget, manage your money. It's just not. So you should give yourself the grace of, it's going to take me a while to do this. So, all right, I'm going to give myself some time to do it. Okay? So knowledge brings clarity, confidence, and control. When you understand financial principles, complex decisions become simpler. You will recognize good opportunities, avoid common pitfalls, and feel confident in your money management abilities. So here's some daily learning ideas. Read one chapter of a financial book. You can also read one page. If one page is where you are, celebrate that victory. Read one page. Listen to money management podcasts during commutes, or while you're washing the dishes, or while you're vacuuming the floor. Sometimes it's hard for us because the voices and the trauma come. You're like, I can't sit still. I'm not going to go. Turn it on and do something else so that you can just listen to it because your ear gate is still open. I found that works a lot for me. Join faith-based financial communities for support. If you're a tither or if you're a person who's looking for accountability, that's the place you want to be, right? And attend workshops and webinars regularly, like mine, right? Because there's so many out there. But the 4 keys to master your money without a budget you hate, I've seen people go from all the stress I just mentioned to having financial peace, which led them to then go work out more, go hang out with their family more, be more generous, all of the things that they said they wanted to do, but their mindset was preventing them from doing it. Hi, Linda Sam. I'm glad that Linda Sam is here. The goal isn't, like I said, to become a financial expert overnight, but to consistently grow wisdom. and confidence in your resources. And the most important thing for me here is community support. Learning with others motivates you to be accountable. And you want to be in a place where other people are learning too, falling down and getting back up, right? Not a group of people who've mastered everything. Like, stay away from those groups. Be in a group of people who are in progress and on a journey to get somewhere, right? So, and listen, you yourself could consider starting a group yourself. There's a thought. So let's reflect and take some action. Knowledge without application remains just information. This moment of reflection helps you bridge the gap between learning and living differently with your finances. So reflect on one area that you feel like you can improve. Before the holidays arrive, what's the single most important financial habit you want to strengthen? Maybe it's tracking your expenses, avoiding emotional purchases, or planning gift spending. Write down one, not 10. Okay. And then from that, write one small actionable step. What's the smallest possible action you can take this week? For example, download a budget app, list gift receipts, or save $25 in your holiday envelope every week. You'll be happy with what's there. You can also sign up for 4 Keys to Master Your Money Without a Budget You Hate, happening actually this Saturday. You can go to the website, www.focusfire.life, and you can register. That is an actionable step that you can take right now that will impact you for the rest of the year and arguably for 2026. And share with a friend for accountability. Tell someone, listen, I've been talking about doing this workshop for 1,000 years. I've been talking about creating this envelope. I've been talking about starting to save now. I've been talking about I need to create a budget for the holidays. Tell someone so that they can hold you accountable. Someone you trust and someone who you will stay committed to and who will celebrate your progress, right? Because we want to do that. So remember, small, consistent actions create lasting change. You don't need to overhaul everything at once. Just take the next right step. You'll be proud of yourself. So if you're ready to go deeper, as I mentioned before, join our workshop, 4 Keys to Master Your Money Without a Budget You Hate. If today's session resonated with you, imagine what you could accomplish with comprehensive financial training designed specifically for believers, for people who have no belief system. It doesn't matter because guess what we all have in common? Money trauma. Yep. And we talk about that. Okay. And who want to honor God with their money, with their stewardship, and live out their faith, right? In this transformative workshop, you'll discover how to break free from debt cycles once and for all, save consistently without feeling deprived, build lasting wealth through biblical principles, and create financial systems that actually work for your life. So spots are limited, so don't wait. This isn't just another budgeting class because I've taken hundreds of them. And it's out of what I've learned that I created this because I didn't see one out there. It's a complete money mindset transformation because that is what I did not get in all of the books I read. They told me what to do, but they didn't show me how to change my mind to do it, which is why I would start and not do it, not finish. So you can register, as I said before, at focusfire.life. And I look forward to seeing you and helping you to pivot, take a small step. Happy to hold your hand throughout the whole thing. This is my jam, right? And actually, here's a little clip. Let's see if this comes through about how I feel about all of this. Let's be real. The best time to get your money right was yesterday. The next best time is today. I know, I get it. I've been there. Credit card debt, bills piling up, and not taking those calls. I was making good money, but still living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was embarrassed and I was ashamed. Can you relate? But I have good news. You can take action today. It's not too late. Hi, I'm Dignity Coach MarieYolaine, and I am here to empower you to reclaim dignity in your finances. This is the thing that we lose, right? Is our dignity. We spend, and then we don't feel good about it. Wouldn't it be great to be able to spend and feel good? You can. You 100% can. So let's talk about your path forward and what we've learned today. You're capable of financial transformation. Did you hear that? You are capable of financial transformation. Perhaps you've tried to manage money before and felt discouraged by setbacks. Maybe you're overwhelmed by debt, confused by financial advice, or simply tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Here's what I want you to know. You are absolutely capable of transformation. The superpower that you have is the ability to change your mind from one thing to another. In between that is the work, and you can do that too. Every financial expert started as a beginner. Every debt-free family once struggled. Every generous giver first had to learn how to manage their own resources well. Philippians 4:19 says, "And my God shall meet all of your needs according to your riches and glory in Christ Jesus." All of your needs, not some of them, all of them. This promise doesn't guarantee a life without financial challenges, but it assures us that God is faithful to provide what we need as we walk in wisdom and trust. Small steps taken today create the foundation for lasting financial peace tomorrow. Your willingness to learn and grow, evidenced by your presence here today, is already proof of the wisdom and determination within you. Trust the process. Be patient with yourself and take the next small step forward. So, what's your path forward? As we close, remember that the fall is your season of renewal. Just as nature prepares for winter's challenges and spring's growth, you're positioning yourself for financial success in the months ahead. So your mindset transformation is replacing limiting beliefs with empowering truths that you have the ability to manage money wisely and faithfully. That you'll plan for the holidays and you'll start now to create spending plans that align with your values and protect your financial peace. You create small savings strategies, implementing practical money saving techniques that stretch your dollars without sacrificing meaning. And that you will improve your knowledge, daily financial literacy. Commit to consistent learning that builds confidence and competency over time. Don't let this moment pass without action. Take your first step today, whether it's writing down a financial goal, saving your first holiday dollar, or registering for our 4 Keys to Master Your Money workshop. Your future self will thank you for the courage you took today to begin. I'm excited to have spent this time with you today. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that a little shift took place. That's how we start. Just pivot until we are at 180. And what was behind us that was holding us back, done. We're now moving forward in freedom. So I look forward to seeing you in the 4 Keys. I hope you took notes during this so that you yourself can implement these suggestions, recommendations today that's going to help you be different by December. And we're going to be doing something special in December that I'll be talking a lot more about. But for now, thank you. Thank you for being here on this Money Talks Live and the Focus Fireside Chat. I've enjoyed being with you, and I hope to hear of all of the wonderful things you are now doing, because I planted these seeds and your job is to water them. Just see your financial life, your financial literacy, your financial peace grow. Until next time.